this video, we're going to talk about soft poly modeling in 3D Studio Max. Now, in the previous videos, we saw how we can create hard surfaces, hard shapes, not organic, but straight, and architecture, furniture, like bookshelves. So anything that it's straight and has straight corners. But also we saw how we can fillet and chamfer a little bit of those straight corners or sharp corners because they don't look too realistic when we render. So we started to smooth a little bit our objects, but in this video we're gonna go with more modeling tools that are gonna help us to create softer and smoother objects. So this is why it's called soft poly modeling. So to distinguish from hard poly modeling, which is more for architecture and more straight objects. So I'm going to create just a single cube here, a box actually, and I'm gonna get rid of all the segments. We already talked about the importance of segments in 3D modeling, in 3D polygonal modeling. So I'm just gonna copy this box. We're gonna start from the basics as usual. So I'm just gonna show you the fundamental things to know about soft poly modeling. So I'm gonna create also here another one, and I'm just gonna work with this just to show you again the basics of how creating the curvy surfaces and organic shapes in polygonal modeling. Now we already talked also about Rhino 3D to create NURBS surfaces which are really curvy and really soft. So this is another option if you want to do more like industrial design, you want to work more precisely using Rhinoceros is more like a CAD or CAM application, so you can create also organic shapes, but I think that for organic shapes it's better to use polygonal modeling rather than the NURBS modeling. So we can create chairs, we can create furnishing, any piece of furniture that is not totally straight, we can create it with NURBS modeling and also 3D soft poly modeling. And especially when things go really soft here, like an armchair. Well, also if you want to add more details, you're gonna increase the number of polygons, so you're gonna increase the details. And also you have some software out there that will help you to sculpt and create very fine details. So you can proceed then also with other software to do some sculpting and create more realistic effects for fabric and pillows and things like that. But it all starts always with 3D polygonal modeling, and then you can increase details, you can increase number of polygons, and I think that you can do a little bit of sculpting also here in 3ds Max, but the most popular software out there is it's ZBrush. ZBrush is the most popular sculpting and painting tool, and you will find also videos in your channel about ZBrush. And the alternative to ZBrush, it's from Autodesk, it's Mudbox. So it's a similar tool, but it has like less functionalities, but you can definitely sculpt and paint high quality characters also with Mudbox. So this is for character design and creating animals, modeling animals, sculpting, all sorts of details on a subject, but it can also be used for interior design and partially with architecture. So this is more or less the workflow. So you always start, you can see here, you always start with simple meshes with just few polygons, and then you increase the number of details more and more and more. The more details you will add, the less you're gonna manage the overall shape. The less polygons you have, the more you can manage the overall shape. So this is what we are doing here. We're gonna start with just few polygons, with just few faces, and then we're gonna proceed, we're gonna increase the number of polygons, and so we can increase the details little by little. And we can also use these tabs here. You can see you have the modeling tab there, so you can also use those tabs. We're gonna also use it later for other reason, like for populate. So I'm gonna select this first box, and you can see it has only one subdivisions, and I'm gonna convert to editable poly. This is the first step that we did also previously. And now you can access, you can see there are the tabs with the various commands, and also you have other tools like selections, different type of selections. You have freeform. You can see there are the sculpting tools and other stuff that we're gonna see later. But essentially, it all starts with converting into polygonal modeling. And also in the second box, I want to increase the segments a little bit. So I have 2. In the first one, I have 1. In this one here, I'm gonna increase it even more. But well, these are 2. You can see that these are 2 instances, so they share the same number of subdivisions. But the moment you convert into editable poly, you will lose that reference. You will lose that relation between the copy, the original copy, and the instance. So once you do editable poly, you lose all previous data, like you cannot change the width, the height, the length. You cannot change the segments unless you use polygonal modeling tools. So just as we said before, just think about previously what you need to do and prepare your work using the segments, using the subdivisions. So I just created three different cubes. They all look the same. If I deactivate the edge visualization from the viewport, they look exactly the same, but they're not. They have a different structure, and this is gonna make the difference always. Either that if I proceed in hard polymodeling, or if I start to create soft polymodeling objects. And I'm gonna show you why. So I'm gonna select the first one here, and I'm gonna apply the most important parameter that you can find it in the modify tab. Going real down there, it's gonna go into the subdivision surface section, and it's called use NURBS subdivision. You can see that the term NURBS, it's similar to NURBS because it's actually kind of a fake smooth that is gonna be applied, and it's gonna be just an effect until I convert again into editable poly. Now you can also add a turbo smooth modifier, which is gonna do pretty much the same thing, and then you can again convert into editable poly, and you can see there the actual polygons. So these are the actual phases that we are creating right now when we apply a smooth. So by using the NURBS, we are using a fake soft and smooth effect essentially. So when we need to export these and print it, for example with a 3D printer, we need to convert in editable poly always. So let's get to the second one. And again, I'm gonna scroll down till I find this subdivision surface section and activate the use NURBS subdivisions. And you can see now that situation is completely different from the previous one. So this one here looks more boxy than the previous one, which kind of turned into a ball, a football, you know, something like an egg more than a box. So you can see that it's essentially smoothing less. So the effect is behaving differently. It's smoothing less than before. And again, if I go here and convert to editable poly, I can see the actual polygons there. So if I use the NURBS effect, that's just gonna be an effect. When I convert to editable poly once again, I'm actually gonna see the polygons. Now remember that the more polygons you have, the less is gonna be manageable. So if you wanna manage the overall object,